Better.
Live from Michigan Avenue, this is Fox 32's Good Day Chicago.
Good morning. Now on Good Day Chicago, we are bracing for, don't say it, another round of snow this weekend. Mark Strell tracking the latest. Plus, a massive fire near O'Hare prompts a school evacuation. And one of the NFL's biggest rivalries back tomorrow. Bears, Packers. We're going to tell you who's in, who's out for the Bears coming up in just a couple of minutes. Good morning, Saturday, December 6th. Thank you so much for joining us on Good Day Chicago. I am Jake Hamilton, and more importantly, as always, this is meteorologist Mark Strell.
Less or same importance, not more important.
More. I can promise you more.
How you doing this morning,
I'm doing
my friend?
well, man.
Yeah.
You know, you think back to when we were sitting at this desk together 7 days ago, and we were getting ready for a wallop of a storm that did deliver on everything that you said it was going to. I didn't expect to hear the S word again so quickly.
You thought it was just gonna do its thing?
Yeah,
and go away.
I feel like we cashed in. We did everything, right? Is it? I mean, I'm assuming nothing like we had last week.
You know, so we had a pretty decent storm system, about 8-9 inches across much of the area. Now, coming up not only tonight, but over the next week or so, we'll have a lot of little impulses kind of pushing through this pond of cool air. So yesterday I told you we'd have about 1 to 3 inches across Chicago. I've got to upgrade that a little bit, about 2 to 4 inches of snowfall coming tonight. So, but it's an Alberta clipper. These kind of clip in and clip out and drop some light to moderate snowfall, usually some light fluffy snowfall, and then on their way with a little reinforcing shot of colder air in behind. We saw a little bit of orange as the sun came up well over the lake, off to the south and to the southeast here this morning. From that last shot, though, the clouds have kind of enveloped around there, so there's not a whole lot of sunshine poking through here this morning. And I think for most of the rest of the day, that's kind of how we're going to roll out. High temperatures today, a couple of degrees warmer than yesterday. I think we hit about 30 degrees. And as I told you yesterday, the temperatures are going to remain rather constant. We've been in the mid and upper 20s to around 30 degrees for more than the last 24 hours. We're going to be that way throughout the day today, tonight, tomorrow, all the way through Tuesday. So if you look at the graph of temperatures, they're kind of flatlined right across the whole forecast, at least the immediate forecast. Winter weather advisory, that is in effect tonight at midnight. Goes until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So this next occurrence of snowfall will be largely an overnight one. And on the weekend, so not too inconvenient for a lot of folks. Now, heavier snowfall out to the west. This is the snowfall pattern we expect to see. Some heavier snowfall, 6 inches plus, northwestern Iowa. If you want to go out to Chestnut Mountain, yeah, maybe a little heavier snowfall out there. Maybe as much as 6 inches out towards Galena. And then again, I think about 2 to 4 inches of snowfall here overnight tonight into the early morning hours. And if that's not enough, we've got a couple minor pops of snowfall coming early in the week. And then maybe a little rain-snow mix midweek. I'll tell you more about that in a moment.
Mark Strell, thank you very much. This morning, we're still working to learn more about a fire near O'Hare. This happened at the Honeybee apartment complex near Foster Avenue last night. The top floor was fully engulfed, and other units took on smoke and water damage. One firefighter did slip on ice and was hurt. Harvey is facing more layoffs. 70 workers were cut in October. 8 more are now out, including firefighters and employees from Public Works and Police. Casey Cronus shows us the impact.
Unfortunately, this isn't the end. Another wave of layoffs, which would be the third round, is on the horizon. That's according to the mayor's spokesperson. All of this as families are preparing for the holidays.
With each round of cuts, Harvey's streets are left with fewer first responders.
With that significantly reduced manpower, obviously it's much more dangerous for the firemen to do their jobs, and that'll make it much more dangerous for the citizens.
Harvey firefighters have been vocal about the layoffs, originally dubbed furloughs by the city since the start. Harvey Fire Union Secretary Keith Freeman says now at least 20 firefighters have been sidelined. That's more than half of the department.
We're lucky if we get 4, and there are days where we have 3, 2, or even 1 fireman on duty. I think the most important thing is to understand that, it has been said that we have supplemental manpower coming in as part of our MABUS agreement, and that is true, and that has always been true. But it's very important to remember that those men from those other departments are coming in to supplement our manpower, not to be our manpower.
The cuts are leading to growing voicing concerns that the now understaffed crew of just 15 people is overwhelmed as we approach the holidays. According to the American Red Cross, fires generally increase in the fall and winter, with December and January being peak months.
We continue to try to negotiate and work with the city in good faith. You know, we really want to solve this problem. Every fireman is there to serve the citizens, and we want to do that as best we can.
Community members have rallied around the department, raising nearly $80,000 for its laid-off members. That includes Daniel Raygoza, who we first introduced to you in October, after he was cut just one day before welcoming his first child.
It's so stressful to know, like, I'm currently out of a job and I don't have it. It's income every 2 weeks coming in. It's honestly a blessing because I get to be with my family and my little daughter like every day. So that's like the good part about it. I've been hanging in there. I've been applying for different positions and different jobs.
We've asked Harvey's fire chief and its police chief if they'd be willing to sit down for an interview with us about the situation, but haven't yet heard back. In the studio, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
Over to Indiana now, a new state congressional map is heading to the Senate. House Republicans voted on the map yesterday. It is backed by President Trump and designed to net the Republicans 2 seats in the next year's midterm elections. Republicans currently control 7 of Indiana's 9 congressional seats, and this new map could potentially help the GOP win all of them. And in Washington, D.C., a man accused of planting pipe bombs the night before the January 6th riots will remain in federal custody. Investigators say Brian Cole confessed to placing 2 devices outside the RNC and the DNC headquarters in 2021. The bombs never exploded, and he was arrested this week. He's due back in court on the 15th. A big change for parents of newborns. A CDC panel voted to end the long-standing recommendation that babies get a hepatitis B vaccine in the first 24 hours of life. For years, that first dose has been routine. The new guidance says parents can decide for themselves if the mother tests negative for Hep B. Doctors say babies who catch the virus have a much higher risk of liver disease later on.
It's simply put out there and not based on any evidence, and it's I think tragically harmed the legitimacy, I think, of recommendations that come out of this committee.
If families skip the dose at birth, the vaccine series would start when the baby turns 2 months old. A mental health program is moving deeper into Cook County and right into the places people actually gather. It's called Shop Talk. Barbershops, beauty salons, community rooms. The goal is to make real conversations about stress and struggle feel normal, not clinical. The county is now expanding it into more suburban spots. Broadview Mayor Katrina Thompson says the timing matters. The numbers show teens are hurting.
Young black males now face one of the highest suicide rates among racial groups of their peers. These are our sons, our students, and our future. We cannot afford silence. Barbershops and beauty shops have always been more than business. They are community anchors. Yes. They are places of trust, conversation, and healing by bringing mental health resources directly to those familiar spaces. We break stigma, increase access, and meet people where they already feel safe.
Leaders say Shop Talk works because barbers and stylists are often the first to notice when something feels off, and they're trained to step in, guide, and connect people to help. Moving on, Fox 32 Chicago, home of the Big Ten Championship tonight between Ohio State and Indiana. The first 1-2 Big Ten matchup in 19 years. And it features 2 Heisman favorite quarterbacks. Ohio State is in its 7th Big Ten title game, which leads the conference. Kickoff 7 p.m. right here on Fox 32. And another big game for the Bears tomorrow as they travel to Green Bay to take on the rivals. Bears starting linebacker TJ Edwards set to return after missing 4 games, but wide receiver Rome Odunze is out due to a foot injury. You can catch Sunday's game right here on Fox 32. Your home of the Bears. Kickoff at 3:25. But before the game, wake up with Bears Game Day live tomorrow morning from 9:30 to 11 with Lou Canellis, Cassie Carlson, Anthony Herron, and you're going to hear from DJ Moore on what it feels like, what it means to be the Bears nominee for the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. That's tomorrow right here on Fox 32. A lot of stuff coming up throughout the morning. Don't go anywhere. Good Day Chicago will be right back.
The Chicago.
Welcome back, 7:12. The entertainment industry could be looking at a huge shakeup. Netflix is looking to buy parts of Warner Brothers Discovery in a deal worth more than $80 billion. Ashley Dvorkin has more on the impact the sale could have on our entertainment.
I think it's the perfect marriage of content with distribution.
A Hollywood bidding war finally fades to black, and Warner Brothers Discovery's film and TV studios and streaming platform HBO Max goes to Netflix.
This is a game changer. It really is. Because if you think about it, they're going vertical now. The production, the existing library, the ability to produce more into global distribution. Who is going to catch up with them? Nobody.
The media giant beating out Paramount and Comcast. The deal is valued at over $82 billion and will give Netflix access to Warner Brothers' trove of content, including the Harry Potter franchise, Game of Thrones, DC Comics, and more. It does not include Warner-owned cable channels like CNN and TNT. Netflix said the deal will allow it to significantly expand its production in the U.S., which will create jobs and strengthen the entertainment industry. Netflix also said it expects to maintain Warner Brothers' current operations, which includes releasing movies in theaters. The plot very much thickens when it comes to the long-term theatrical release plan of this merger, as it remains a big question for many in the industry.
From nothing, when they started, to a bone-crushing combination of the best content and global distribution. Everybody in media wants to be on Netflix.
The deal could still face regulatory challenges, as some lawmakers argue the merger would give Netflix too much control over content and distribution. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox 32 Chicago.
Here come the Men in Black. Apparently, there is a new Men in Black movie in the works. We're going to talk about that in just a second because First, we got to talk about the weather out there.
I want to talk more about Netflix because
I got thoughts.
That's up your alley here.
Yeah.
You know, the thing that kind of almost cracks me up is if we go back in time and Netflix goes in to make the pitch to Blockbuster.
Yeah.
They're like, hey,
which is a very real thing.
We're like this little company. We mail out these CDs to people. We're renting them through the mail, basically, and we'd like you to buy you for, what was the price?
It was a lot. Yeah, you're talking about that that Netflix Blockbuster deal back in the day?
Yeah, I mean, Blockbuster could have picked them up for pennies.
And they were, they were very confident in their place in our world. But you know, it's such a bummer. I was just talking about this.
Some people would say cocky.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But don't you miss the video store Friday night? Like, that was such a moment in time, and it was such a part of my childhood and a lot of people's childhood. It's a bummer that we don't have that anymore.
There was one left. It was in Bend, Oregon. Is that gone yet?
It's still there. I think now it's I mean, it's operating, but I think now it's almost kind of, a museum-like.
There's a documentary, and people go to Bend, Oregon, which is out, kind of, Bend's a beautiful town, but it's you gotta want to
it's
get
out there. Yeah,
it's out there, and people make pilgrimages there.
I'd love to go. I would love to see it. I mean, Blockbuster and all the local video stores in my neighborhood. Yeah, very much a reason that I'm sitting at this desk right now.
I'm thinking a road trip for you.
Let's go, you and me, baby.
I'm thinking that's a story.
We'll throw the pup in the back of the Bronco and we'll go.
I'm all on board. Hey, you know what? Good thing you have a Bronco, because low four-wheel drive could be handy overnight tonight. Winter weather advisory. We've got 2 to 4 inches of snowfall coming in. Winter weather advisory from midnight tonight until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Some little pockets of heavier snowfall. And they come in around Galena and also northwest Iowa. We could see 6 inches of snowfall there. But for us, I think a general 2 to 4 across much of the area, slightly lesser amounts north of the Wisconsin state line. And maybe as we get down to the Kankakee, our forecast model is showing 2 to 4 there, but we could have some slightly lesser amounts. But nonetheless, we're all right in that same category. A couple inches. Alberta Clipper sliding in from the plains of Canada. You can see some snowfall. Again, this is mostly light to moderate snowfall across the Dakotas into Minnesota. That is here pretty close to midnight tonight. So all day today we should be dry. All evening, if you're heading out tonight, should be dry as well. Temperatures 28 degrees, a little triangle from the airports to downtown. A little cooler Sugar Grove, 21 degrees. A little warmer LaSalle, Peru, 30 degrees there. Wind chills, not much of a factor here this morning, but we are seeing some teens and low 20s. And I think as the winds pick up tomorrow, especially during the afternoon, wind chills could be a little bit more of a factor as well. You love the cold temperatures? Well, you're going to love the 10 to 15-day outlook. We are looking at the core of cold air right here over Chicago, stretching all the way up to the Upper and all the way back into the north and northeastern parts of New England. Jake, cold air and some snow. We've got a fair amount of that coming this week.
I feel like I always tell people that, it doesn't truly get cold in Chicago till after the new year. Is the weather now any indicator for what it's going to be like in January and February, or are they not related?
Not a ton of correlation between month to month. Sure. However, we do have a couple of things going on. There are some oscillations up in the Pacific Northwest, and we are in a La Nina year, which we tend to be a little bit colder. But keep in mind, normal daytime high for this date, 40 degrees. So your observation's right. It is normally fairly mild for December, at least to start out with.
Cuddle weather.
Well, if that's an offer.
Let's go, baby, you and me. All right, I jumped the gun on this earlier. Here we go. A new Men in Black film in the works. Deadline reports that the writer of Bad Boys for Life is writing a script for the sci-fi comedy franchise. Insiders also tell the outlet that it's not clear if Will Smith will take part in the film, but he will be one of the first to get the script in hopes that he will reprise the role of Agent J. No word yet on if Agent J would be the lead character or maybe he's passing the torch to the new agents. Sony Pictures says no comment. What about Tommy Lee Jones? No one seems to care if Tommy Lee Jones comes back or not.
Yeah.
Did you like those movies?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, they were inventive, and I thought some interesting stories.
Yeah, it's one of those series that I really loved the first one.
Yeah.
And it's so dry, deadpan humor, like that Tommy Lee Jones. I did an interview with the director one time, and he said his first take with Tommy Lee Jones, Tommy tried to be like really funny.
Right.
And he said he had a call cut and he went over and said, listen, Tommy, what makes it funny is that you're not funny in this movie. And that's what it will be.
That's
like
what makes it
him
funny.
just playing it so deadpan is what made it great. So I don't know. It was one of those, like, you know, we've gotten one good one and 3 not so good ones.
Well, sometimes you go back to the well.
Sure.
You know, 1 or 2 or 3 times.
Why come up with new ideas?
Right?
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Well, you've got a new excuse if you're told you don't act your age. Well, I've never heard that. As always, you can thank science. Researchers found you don't actually become an adult until you turn 32. Okay, that's science. I don't know. Maybe my experience was a little bit different.
Yeah.
So basically, you are an adolescent until then. The study says you are still learning at that point. Well, I hope you learn every day of your life, right? However, once you reach 32, your brain settles down until you turn 66. Now, they say at 66, the effects of aging start to show up and your brain changes again. At 83, when it all goes to H-E double toothpick, I guess.
But isn't so much of it about life experience? You know, there are kids in their 20s that have so much thrown at them that I think kind of helps them mature and be a little bit more adult-like. And I've got buddies in my, I'm in my late 30s, almost 40s, that have never really had actual life things thrown at them. They've been kind of coddled, and I would argue that they're not as mature or as adult-like as someone who's really had to endure life. You know, they're kids that gotta fend for themselves and you know, get out there and get jobs when they get out of high school and have families and stuff like that. And I'd argue that like that can make you an adult too. Not even what number is on your driver's license.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're spot on, because you know that's one of the problems with studies like this that come up with numbers and these generalizations. You know, every individual is different, and if you've been thrown a curve, you know what? It's up to you to overcome it.
Exactly right. Exactly right. All right, a unique art installation is raising some eyebrows at a Miami Beach convention. You can see these tan-colored robot dogs fitted with wax heads of prominent billionaires and artists. That's Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, and Pablo Picasso were among those featured in the exhibition. The robots also emit photographs that portray the world views of each figure. The artist, who called his installation Regular Animals, says that it's meant to be a reinterpretation of technology-generated art.
Yeah, creepy, huh?
Yeah, you know, look, art is subjective, right? You know, my girlfriend and I, we were just in New York, and we went to MoMA and kind of got you know, and there were just some things where I just sort of like, I mean, like, okay, all right, that, you know, like, you know, so, but, you know, sure. You know,
when I first saw that video yesterday, I was expecting these guys to fight each other.
Oh, okay. Now that would be, I would watch that.
Right?
Remember like Robot Wars? Remember that show, like Robot Wars?
Right. How long ago was that? 15, 20
yeah, that
years
had
ago?
to be, yeah.
I was thinking this was going to be a like billionaire robot wars, and these guys were going to go at it.
Okay,
but,
until there's one left. Like, you know, Thunderdome.
Yes.
Two robot dogs enter, one robot dog leave. Come on. Now that I would watch that. That's art to me.
See, that's what they need to come to us.
See, that's
for new ideas.
Trust me, they're not letting you and I decorate MoMA anytime soon.
No, not so much. All right, well, check this out. Patrons in New Zealand were enjoying some beverages when a baby seal walked, looking scared and confused. The bar is known for being pet-friendly, sure, but, you know, where do we draw the line, really? But they weren't exactly expecting this little guy to stroll in. Several people in the bar tried to catch it, but the seal wasn't ready to leave. You know, maybe it was thirsty. It even hid in the restroom before eventually being lured into a crate with some salmon. Like that's never happened before. The seal was picked up by wildlife officials and then released on a nearby island.
I mean, you know, have you ever been to New Zealand?
I have not. Looking forward to going.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I got to go on assignment a couple of years back, and it was
How cool is that?
Pretty unreal.
Let me guess, Lord of the Rings.
It was kind of. It was Weta, which is the I went and did. You know, like the motion capture stuff that they use for Avatar. They they do all of that in New Zealand because of Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think whenever in my times in the bars there.
You never ran into a seal.
Yeah, I don't think I saw the seal pop in there.
It really sounds like a setup. For
I would say it's set up for a bar, right? Yeah. And I think we've got the raccoon story. Have you seen that video? I think we've got that coming up a little. You got to see that coming up in a couple of minutes.
A raccoon and the seal going to a bar. Stay tuned.
All right, coming up, a big night in LaGrange. Tree lighting, the big man himself, Santa, and a one-of-a-kind holiday shopping experience. What you can expect coming up.
Liberty.
Welcome back. Just about 7:28. LaGrange kicks off its hometown holiday celebration tonight. From the tree lighting to live performances and a visit from the big man himself, Santa. It's also a big night for holiday shopping with all kind of local stores showing off unique gifts you can only find in LaGrange. Joining us now live, Dan Molka with the LaGrange Business Association. Dan, it's a beautiful shot. It's a beautiful morning. We appreciate you enduring the cold for us, my friend.
Hey, not a problem. Glad to be here, and thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for joining us. Tell us a little bit about what's happening out there.
Oh, it's not often you get to see the big jolly man himself and Mrs. Claus as well. Santa's going to be stopping around later today, saying hi to all the great girls and boys of anywhere around the area. So, everybody's welcome to come down to Village Hall. He's going to be landing right in front on a fire truck here at about 5:30 tonight.
Love that. I want to talk about the holiday shopping for a second because, right now everyone's scrambling to find gifts for their friends and for their family and for their loved ones. But, I always say, aside from, supporting the big box shops or the big websites that we all know and use throughout the year, this is such a great opportunity this time of year for those local shops like the ones in LaGrange where you're going to find things that you're not going to find anywhere else. And I'm sure you guys have a lot of places like that that you're going to be supporting a little bit later on today.
That's right. Like, for example, we have Horton's Home Lighting and Ace Hardware. They've been around for 125 years in LaGrange, and they have one of the hottest items. If my wife is watching, please get one for me.
Well done.
This Uni pizza oven. I do what I can. This Uni Volt pizza oven. This thing has pizza intelligence. It has sensors that say, okay, should I cook on the top or should I cook on the bottom? And it all depends on the style of pizza that you're cooking. So it kind of, it has all the thought in it for itself, and that's definitely what I look for because I don't have the thought myself. But we have gifts for everybody, including from our friends over at Mayan Artisan Soap. Artisan soaps, lip balms, hand balms. These are all from locally made. She actually has a few stores around in the suburbs, but LaGrange is our favorite, of course. So these make great holiday gifts, and my wife may be getting one of these for those, so we won't, have to keep it even here. Bouncing over to another one of our boutique stores, Vinny Val. They have women's clothing, they have jewelry, they have art. They have these beautiful Houston Lou tiles here, and what they do is on the front, it's kind of this glass art. It's on wood as well as copper surrounded. It is actually, for example, this one right here, if you're a big Jimi Hendrix fan, we talk about that, and it has a quote from the song from Peace. So
that's very cool.
If you are a fan, yeah, it's, they have everything from philosophers, all the way to Dr. Seuss. So there's a little bit of everything there.
I love that. Dan,
well.
I want to jump in really quick because if someone comes out there, obviously everything you're describing sounds fantastic, but it sounds like you could also really make the day out there. It sounds like you could grab a bite. Maybe, if you're of age, you can find an adult beverage somewhere. It kind of sounds like you could sort of make your entire afternoon in LaGrange if you really wanted to.
Yeah, come on out. We're going to have trolley service starting at 11 a.m. Kind of at some things. It's something we bring just for today, but you can come in any day to do that. Other things that we have as well, from dine-in restaurants to local pizza shops, a little bit of everything. It's a, find a bite, find some seasonal sips, and, meals for everybody, for all palates.
Dan's looking out for us. Dan, my friend, Executive Director, LaGrange Business Association. Sounds like an amazing event. We've got the schedule up on the screen right now. Say hi to Santa for me. Tell him I'll see him soon.
Oh, definitely will.
Thanks, buddy.
We'll make sure you're on the right list and not the other one.
Exactly right. Mark Strell, too. Thanks, brother. All right, guys, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Just about 7:35. Mark Strell, this time last week, I was out there. It looked a little different. It was the beginning hours of what ended up being a pretty massive snowfall. You and the entire Fox 32 team called it. It's nice to see that we're not, reliving the sequel of that.
I'm laughing because as soon as we came up to this video, I was going to tell that same story about you being down at the bean. You must have drawn the short straw last week, and
listen, there's no I in team, baby. Yeah. There is a me in there, but there's no I in team.
And I got to tell you, it was so much fun because Jake had lost his audio, and you had what, like basically an iPhone.
Yeah.
And the story that you told without any sound at all, but just going around showing stuff, getting the reflection from the bean.
I watched the Charlie Chaplin movies, man. I know how to tell a story with no words.
It was so much fun.
Well, I also wanted to make sure that everyone watching at home knew that I was out there, so I made sure I did the tourist thing, which is find my reflection in the bean, so that you knew that it was me. It was me doing that.
Well,
no stunt doubles.
You got the whole fisheye with the whole world behind you.
Yeah.
And, the thing that amazed me also, there were some folks out there that were, pushing the snow around with the UTV, and there was the Zamboni was going around the rink. But there are also guys doing it the old-fashioned way with shovels.
The shovel?
I'm like,
hey, listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
God bless those guys.
Yeah.
So, we've got more snow on the way, more cold air coming our way. In fact, this is the, 10-day to 15-day outlook, and you can see that temperatures are going to stay chilly. They're going to stay below average. Now, let's take a look at Futurecast. First of all, front coming through, that's what basically came through last night. You may have seen some flurries, little dust up of some very light snowfall, especially Lake and McHenry counties near the Wisconsin state line. Didn't amount to a whole lot, but that breezed on through. Here we are. This is 11 o'clock this morning. I think more clouds than anything today, but our forecast model's hinting that we could see a little break in the clouds from time to time. Let's take you up to 5 o'clock. I told you today is going to be dry. You can do some shopping. You out, stocking up on groceries, whatever. Not that I'm saying you need to because of the snow, but, it's Saturday. A lot of folks out shopping. We're dry all day long. It's not until tonight that we start to see the snowfall arrive. This is midnight tonight. You can see the snow enveloping all of Chicago, moving into northwest Indiana as this fast-moving Clipper system slides in through Chicago. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, still some snow going on, but pretty quickly by 11 o'clock, it is mostly ending with the exception of perhaps some lake effect snow that continues to shovel that little line of snow, especially for Chicago and the Lake counties. If you get out past the Fox Valley, it looks like things dry out, and we actually could see a break in the clouds as we go through the afternoon tomorrow. About 2 to 4 inches. That's what I'm forecasting out of this, coming up late tonight into early tomorrow morning.
Mark Strell, thank you very much. Floodwaters this past year are taking their toll on Chicago sewers and pipes. So severe, the city and Cook County declared the affected neighborhoods disaster areas after seeing how much flooding they caused. In today's special report, Dane Placco takes a look at why those floods were so bad and what the city is doing to prevent future flooding.
I'm losing everything. I'm not looking for sympathy or compassion, but I just need somebody to show that they care about us here in Gage Park.
Sharon Renee Parrish nearly in tears after a massive flood on the southwest side in late August, on the heels of another catastrophic flood in the same area in July.
It's like a nightmare, a never-ending nightmare.
I had raw sewage in my basement.
Danita Smith of Marquette Park showed us pictures of her basement, another double victim of last summer's 1-2 punch.
Even as being as commissioner, my basement flooded during the rain, so I get it.
Chicago Water Department Commissioner Randy Connor says he can sympathize with frustrated residents after the double deluge. And if it seems Chicago is experiencing more intense flooding events, Connor says there's a reason.
Anybody who does not believe that climate change is real, it really is, because we're seeing it more and more every day because of the amount of rain that we're getting and the severity of the storms.
Connor says both storms this summer, called extreme rainfall events, are good examples.
The chance for some strong storms and flooding continues tonight.
A flood watch is in effect right now.
On July 25th, what meteorologists call a 1,000-year storm brought more than 5.5 inches of rain in just 2 hours in a tight corridor that crossed Chicago's southwest side. Then, on August 16th, it happened again.
60+ mile-per-hour winds, some heavy rains, some flash flooding that occurred earlier.
More than 6 inches of rain fell in nearly the same location over a 24-hour period. At one point, the rain falling at 4.5 inches an hour. Fox Chicago's Unit 32 obtained records through a Freedom of Information request showing the city received more than 2,000 reports of basement flooding from the July storm and nearly 7,000 calls to Chicago's 311 service to report basement flooding in August. After reviewing the damage, the city's Office of Emergency Management said the storms destroyed at least 143 homes and damaged about 6,000.
It just overwhelms the system, and again, the system is designed to only hold so much water, and once the system gets to capacity, the water has to go somewhere.
Connor says much of Chicago's sewer system, which handles both stormwater and sewer water, was built over a century ago and simply isn't equipped to handle these new intense storms.
So knowing this is the new normal, what do you do?
Well, so we're doing a lot of things, right? So we're piloting a bunch of different things. Moving forward, we're going to be doing some grid sewer cleaning, which will actually help the system a lot more. We're also doing a pilot program for what we're calling some storage tanks.
Among those fixes, replacing old sewer pipes that are as small as 15 inches in diameter, with new pipes as large as 48 inches wide. But it's slow work.
Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.
Coming up, if you still need a Christmas tree, we have found a spot with beautiful renewable trees. Our visit to Richardson Christmas Tree Farm looks like a Hallmark movie. We'll take you out there in just a minute. Welcome back, 744. Have you gotten your Christmas tree yet? If not, we know a place. Richardson Christmas Tree Farm in Spring Grove has a ton of trees. And I'm telling you, I was out there earlier this week and it looks like a Hallmark movie.
Take a look around me. This is as close to a winter wonderland as I think you're going to find. It looks like I'm in a Hallmark movie or something, but we're not in a Hallmark movie. We are at Richardson's Christmas Tree Farm. We're with the man who, it doesn't matter what the season is, he's always making magic happen. We're with George Richardson. George, this place is incredible. Tell people where we are right now.
Well, this is Spring Grove, Illinois, Richardson Farm. So richardsonfarm.com's got the website, the location, all that information on it. In this field of trees, it's just gorgeous today, so.
And how many? No, I mean, the numbers are pretty staggering. Like, I would have thought maybe a couple of hundred, and I would have been very, very wrong. How many trees do you guys have out here?
There's probably 130, 140,000 trees growing in the ground. We're planting about 10, 11,000 seedlings every year from little babies. They grow about a foot a year around here. So this group we're in, growing about 8 years on our farm already.
So you guys are always thinking about the future. You know, I want to think about right now, because there are a lot of homes that are going to have some beautiful trees because of you guys, some very real trees, but they also get something else, which is the experience of coming out here. Because if you've ever been out to Richardson Farm, you know it's not just buying something. It's a memory, really.
That's what we're aiming for. Yes, we got the wagon rides, the warm barns with the restrooms, the donuts, everything. We just wanted folks to feel really good when they come out and get a tree and have a great time.
And they're also going to go home with a beautiful, a real tree, and that's saying something. I mean, these things are recyclable. They're good for the environment. There are a lot of benefits to a good, real Christmas tree.
Yes, thank you. 100% recyclable, beautiful, growing all summer long with this fields out here. We just love working in the fields, but there's nothing like seeing all the happy folks here right this time of year.
Well, especially, I mean, I appreciate you turning on the snow machine for us. I have a feeling not just a lot of families are going to have your beautiful trees, but there are going to be a lot of Christmas cards sent out this year with your background behind us. Really quick, where can people find more information if they want to come out here for themselves?
RichardsonFarm.com's got everything on there, and any tree, $95.
That's a great price.
I hope it feels really good for folks to have a wonderful time here.
Well, we appreciate you, man. George, Merry Christmas. Thank you for having us, man. All right, guys, this beautiful winter wonderland, you're going to want to see this place for yourself. It's gorgeous. It really does look like you're walking through a Christmas Hallmark movie, and you just feel like at any moment Santa's going to walk out from behind one of these trees.
Shout out to our drone team, Ed Flynn and Todd, Drone Rangers. They did a great job on that. We'll be right back. All right, you're going to want to check this out. Some daredevils in Russia decided to play a game of soccer thousands of feet in the air. An extreme sports athlete playing one-on-one with an influencer. The field just 52 feet by 32 feet. Took a year of planning. There's nothing actually keeping the ball on the field, so they went through 20 different balls, and at the end, they both jumped off with parachutes.
Okay, so what's supporting? Okay, the balloon is, right?
Yeah, so it's a hot air balloon.
All right.
Held by, that's
interesting.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, all right.
Alrighty.
I played soccer in high school, but nothing like that. That's
all you got.
Yeah, you know, it's so funny. You know, we all, you know, in the age of social media, we're all trying to, you know, make videos that are going to get traction, and you know, sometimes, you know, I'll do a fun one with a celebrity or something, and it'll get good numbers, and then I see stuff like that. I'm like, okay, all right, I can't
compete with that.
Listen. Right now, their bosses are looking at that going, I don't know, what if we get Jake and Mark? What if we do Good Day Chicago from hanging from a hot air balloon?
Yeah,
I'd watch that.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. I'll watch it. I'll watch it from the bottom.
Well, if it happens, then this next thing that we're about to talk about might happen.
Yeah, check this out.
Oh, we gotta read that first.
Oh, okay. Well, reporters have to maintain calm under pressure, but a New Zealand journalist took things to a whole new level after an unexpected encounter with this little flying thing.
Do again? Yeah. Do again?
Yeah, oh, that flying thing was a seagull. That's Jess Tyson. She was filming. We say filming. They don't use film, though. They were filming a segment for her show when this seagull, a flock of seagulls, well, maybe just one, flew right into her face and left a mark. You think so? Did you see the close-up here? She was battered and bruised and bloody. Look at that. That does not look good. She posted these photos of the side of her eye. That went viral, of course. Trying to do your job when nature has other plans. She later joked that the bird just wanted a hug.
That's I mean, you know, the thing that I feel bad about, just in the talking about, you know, viral videos and everything, is I feel like when you know, she's a reporter making a name for herself, and now when you Google her name, that's the video that's gonna pop up
on her tombstone. Girl hit by a seagull.
Didn't it happen to Fabio like one time? Wasn't he on like a roller coaster or something?
Oh, and a seagull hit him?
I think a seagull.
A bird or something?
Yeah, I think so. I think Fabio got hit. And then, of course, there was Randy Johnson, the pitch.
I had no idea the seagulls were such a menace.
Yeah. All right, don't go anywhere. Mark's going to have another check of the weather forecast when we come back. Did you see the Randy Johnson?
People don't talk.
Mark Strell, if we're heading out, so we're talking about all kind of things to do, throughout the weekend. We got more coming up at the 8 o'clock hour. What's the weather going to be like if we're heading out?
You're solid today. We've got temperatures.
Today being the key word?
Today, yes, because by midnight tonight we have some snowfall coming in. But look at these temperatures. They're actually warmer than we had last night at midnight. They're warmer than we had yesterday. And temperatures are going to stay kind of in this range here for a little while. We make it back up into the 30s for much of the rest of the week. We're kind of bobbing around. 40 degrees is actually our normal daytime high temperature. A little cold air spilling across the Midwest back into New England. Meanwhile, the West stays warm, so we get a little carving of colder temperatures. And as these little pockets of disturbed weather slide in through Canada, right here into the United States, right into the upper Midwest, they hit this pocket of cool air, and they grind out a little bit of light snowfall. And that's exactly what we have going on. Coming up tonight, the first Alberta Clipper, about 2 to 4 inches of snow. I've upgraded that from yesterday. Yesterday, I told you we'd see about 1 to 3. I think 2 to 4 is going to be a little more accurate. Temperatures right now, we are in the 20s, even some 30s around Chicago this morning.
I hate to put you on the spot. Green Bay tomorrow. What are the boys looking at?
Very cold conditions up there. Yeah, it's going to be quite cold. We're going to see a little bit of wind as well. So it's going to be, the frozen tundra is going to live up to its name.
Yeah. All right, well, better than me. Right? All right, don't go anywhere. More news still ahead on Good Day Chicago at 8.
Live from Michigan Avenue, this is Fox 32's Good Day Chicago.
Now on Good Day Chicago, we are bracing for another round of snow this weekend. Will it be as bad as last? We got the man with the answers. Mark Strell is tracking the latest. And the Big Ten Championship is tonight. The matchup and what's at stake. And one of NFL's biggest rivalries back tomorrow, Bears and Packers. We're going to tell you who's in and who's out for the Bears in just a couple of minutes. Good morning, Saturday, December 6th. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jake Hamilton. This is meteorologist Mark Strell. You like the pause?
The pause, very dramatic.
Really sells it.
Very dramatic.
Really sells it.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. The weather's not something we really need to sell today. I mean, it's doable. It'll do.
You know, here's the deal. Especially with the very cold temperatures last Thursday, today's going to be a bonus.
Sure.
I mean, we're going to make it up close to 30 degrees, and we're going to be dry for most of the day. And I've seen a couple of cameras where there was actually a little ray of sunlight coming through, which is always nice, right? Yeah. Right now, our temperature's at 28 degrees at O'Hare, and I did mention that we do have a couple of 30-degree readings around the neighborhood. Winds fairly light out of the west-northwest at 5 miles per hour. And wind chills, not too vicious. Wind chills right now in the lower 20s. Well, the satellite and radar showing the snowfall that we had around the Midwest last night continues to amble off to the east. Maybe you saw a couple of flurries, maybe a little light dust up, especially if you're very close to the Wisconsin state line. Most of us missed out on that. But this is the next system coming in tonight. Winter weather advisory from midnight tonight until 9 o'clock tomorrow. I'm forecasting about 2 to 4 inches of snowfall across the region. And after that, well, we cool down a bit, and we have more chances of snowfall coming throughout much of the rest of the week. Again, these little chunks of energy coming down from the north and from the northwest that'll pick up some flakes and flurries, and we have some lake effect snow in the mix as well. 28 degrees at the airport, 28 degrees downtown, 29 degrees at Midway, 30 right now in Kankakee, and 31 degrees in Utica.
Mark Strell, thank you so much. Chicago lost someone who made this city move. Power 92's Landon DJ Commando Wallace has died. This morning, people are sharing what he meant to them. Here's Leslie Marino with how he's being remembered.
Friends and colleagues are remembering Landon Wallace, better known as DJ Commando.
7, 6.
The midday mixer for Power 92, official Chicago Bulls DJ and beloved friend.
I'm gonna miss him, like everybody else.
DJ Commando's family announced his passing on Thursday night. Close friend and colleague WGCI's very own Tone Capone says he was a prominent Chicago music figure and well-respected.
Commando just is a light for the city. It's not just my loss. It's a loss for the city. It's so many people that he's touched. He just, you know, he's one of those people, and I'm sure we all know some, that's just a friend to everybody, right?
Chicago's very own Leon Rogers says Commando shaped the city's nightlife and music community.
In the DJ world, he was an accomplished DJ. You know, when you said his name rang bells. When you talked about Chicago DJs, you put his name in the list.
Power 92 followed the family's announcement with a heartfelt statement of their own, saying Commando was someone with a quiet personality but a big presence.
Mark the birthday boy!
The details of his death are still unclear.
Man, we don't know how many summers we got left. And this is a prime example of give people that love while they're here, because you never know when your number is called. So, you know, let's love each other, man, because, you know, you never know when it's time to go.
We miss you and we love you, bro, and appreciate all the moments that we've had with you.
Family has set up a GoFundMe to celebrate DJ Commando's life and legacy in the coming days and weeks. We have all those details on fox32chicago.com. In the Loop, Leslie Moreno, Fox 32 Chicago.
And from a life that helped shape Chicago's sound to a life that helped shape Chicago's landscape. Frank Gehry, the architect behind the Pritzker Pavilion and the BP Bridge, has died. He passed at home in Santa Monica after a short respiratory illness. His designs stretched from the Guggenheim in Spain to the Disney Concert Hall in LA. The two major projects in New York and Berlin. Gehry won every major architecture award and taught at the top universities. He was 96 years old. This morning, we're still working to learn more about a fire near O'Hare. This happened at the Honeybee apartment complex on this 8600 block of Foster Avenue last night. The top floor was fully engulfed, and other units took on smoke and water damage. One firefighter slipped on ice and was hurt. A mental health program is moving deeper into Cook County and right into the places people actually gather. It's called Shop Talk. Barbershops, beauty salons, community rooms. The goal is to make real conversations about stress and struggle feel normal, not clinical. The county is now expanding it into more suburban spots. Broadview Mayor Katrina Thompson says the timing matters. The numbers show teens are hurting.
Young black males now face one of the highest suicide rates among racial groups of their peers. These are our sons, our students, and our future. We cannot afford silence. Barbershops and beauty shops have always been more than business. They are community anchors.
Yes.
They are places of trust, conversation, and healing. By bringing mental health resources directly to those familiar spaces, we break stigma, increase access, and meet people where they already feel safe.
Leaders say Shop Talk works because barbers and stylists are often the first to notice when something feels off, and they're trained to step in, guide, and connect people to help. And from supporting people to building a new place for them to gather, Chicago just showed off early plans for its next big soccer stage. The new Chicago Fire FC Stadium will sit in the 78th, the city's future neighborhood along the riverfront. It's a $650 million build. Retail, restaurants, bars, green space plus room for 22,000 fans. The Fire's head coach says a stadium like this can raise the level of support here.
To really attract a robust fan base and get everyone enjoying the sport, it needs to be about raising the level. And you see, facilities like this, stadiums like we're building, definitely raises the level.
The team is shooting for a 2028 opening. Fox 32 Chicago, home of the Big Ten Championship tonight between Ohio State and Indiana. The first 1-2 Big Ten matchup in 19 years. Features two Heisman favorite quarterbacks. Ohio State is in its 7th Big Ten title game, which leads the conference. Kickoff at 7 p.m. right here on Fox 32. And it's another big game for the Bears tomorrow as they travel to Green Bay to take on their rivals. Bears starting linebacker T.J. Edwards is set to return after missing 4 games, but wide receiver Rome Odunze is out due to a foot injury. You can catch Sunday's game right here on Fox 32, your home of the Bears. Kickoff is at 3:25. But before the game, wake up with Bears Game Day live tomorrow morning from 9:30 to 11 with Lou Canellis, Cassie Carlson, Anthony Herron, and you're going to hear from DJ Moore on what it means to be the Bears nominee for the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. That is tomorrow right here on Fox 32. Coming up, Berwyn's holiday celebrations are back with drinks, gifts, and a lot of family fun. We're going to show you what's new coming up. Welcome back, 8:10. A consumer alert this morning. Wisconsin-based company From Family Foods has recalled about 300 cases of their Bonneville Farms Beefy Bowls due to complaints of plastic contamination in the food. The Beefy Bowls were products sold in a 16-ounce pack with a best buy date of December 25th, 2026. The affected dog food was sold in 14 states, including Illinois. So far, there have been no reports of illnesses or injury. Many people prefer a little eggnog or maybe a little wine to help set the holiday mood, but there's a growing number of people moving toward alcohol-free options. Learn more.
The holidays are a time for celebrations, with many families gathering around tables of food and drink to eat and be merry. But a bevy of alcoholic beverages might be less common at the next party you're at because of a cultural shift. According to the results of a new global study from Heineken 0.0 in partnership with sober, curious author Ruby Warrington, 72% of people feel comfortable turning down alcohol without feeling judged.
We're creating a more inclusive social environment where people feel welcome, whatever they're drinking and whatever their reasons for their drinking choices.
0.0 Reasons Needed survey captured data from more than 10,000 consumers across 5 national markets. That included the US, the UK, Brazil, Japan, and Spain, and gives us a very up-to-date snapshot of current consumer attitudes in the no to low alcohol drink space.
Analysts also found 67% of folks think it's not cool to ask why someone is abstaining.
It's potentially a little bit intrusive and you don't necessarily need to ask. I think people have kind of the agency to do whatever they want to do.
And while a previous study from Heineken revealed this mindset was popular with members of Gen Z,
other generational cohorts are rapidly following. And so this is probably the first festive season in which there's no reason to justify one's choice.
And with 90% of people saying they'd support their friend in choosing a low or alcohol-free drink, some experts believe this social acceptance will keep growing.
Moderation no longer needs a reason.
Chris DeMeo, Fox News.
This is an interesting story. An 88-year-old veteran in Michigan just got a break he never expected. Edmund Bombas, a widower, a full-time mire worker, couldn't afford to retire. His story actually went viral, sparking a GoFundMe that took off around the world. And he recently just got a giant check to help him finally step back.
First thing I have to do, obviously, after getting everything lined up and settled, is go see my brother for 2 or 3 weeks. I plan on doing several other things, including starting to play golf again.
Good for you. Bombas lost his pension when General Motors went bankrupt in 2012. One of his regular customers connected with TikTok creators who helped launch the campaign. Mark Straw, have you been following that over the past couple of days? It's really been an interesting story, seeing it blow up, and you know, all morning long we've been talking about, you know, viral videos and social media, and to me, when things like that can happen, that's when I go, okay, yes to viral videos, yes to social media, whenever we can help out folks like that.
Yeah, way better than like a pie in the face.
Exactly right, exactly right.
Well, maybe a little snow in the face coming up overnight tonight. A winter weather advisory from midnight until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Today, however, we've got mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures looking pretty good. We have temperatures up into the lower 30s even this morning. We're holding on to 31 degrees. And we're seeing a little peak of sunshine as the sun comes up over the lake. Now, this more the exception than the rule today. There are a lot of clouds around Chicago. We're going to continue to see some cloud cover. Overnight tonight, temperatures back down mostly in the middle 20s here in the city. There will be some colder temps up into the teens right along the Wisconsin state line. And then tomorrow, temperatures, again, upper 20s, close to 30 degrees. We'll have a new little coating of some light snowfall across the area. Again, I think we'll see about 2 to 4 inches of snow, mostly from Chicago westward, northwestward. Again, this is a winter weather advisory posted from midnight tonight until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. The snow pretty much moves away. However, tomorrow during the midday into the afternoon, I expect to see some plumes of snow come in off the lake. So we'll have those little narrow bands set up that kind of act almost like a fire hose of some snow, and we'll continue to see that happen, especially along the lakeshore here for the next several hours after the main system pushes away tomorrow morning. But generally about 2 to 4 inches of snowfall across much of the area, and things will be quiet then for a short period of time. Before Monday, we have another shot of some snowfall coming in, about a 20% chance of snowfall at that juncture, and then a couple more chances and maybe a little bit of rain and snow mixed together by midweek.
Mark Strell, you said shot. Did you say that because of our upcoming segment? And what you see on the table in front of us?
You know, say dog, see dog.
Berwyn kicking off the holiday season with its Elfin Around the Depot celebration, plus local shopping, family events, and yeah, some festive drinks. Joining us now, Joseph Mondragon with the Berwyn Development Corporation to show us what's happening this year. You are very quickly becoming Mark and I's favorite. I mean, with this layout, and I mean, look at that.
That's a big can of beer.
Look at that next to my head. It's huge.
Breakfast of Champions.
Yes, exactly right. Tell us what's happening.
Listen, this is the second year that we have the Elfin Around the Depot. Depot District is one of the main corridors in Berwyn. It's exciting because we want to bring families together. You know, it's not only to kick off the season, but also to feature our entrepreneurs and small businesses in the area as well. Berwyn has 4 distinct corridors. Today's feature is in the Depot District. So we're excited to have everyone come join us.
I've heard you mention that before. What exactly is the Depot District? Where did that come from?
So I think again, Berwyn has 4 distinct corridors. The Depot District is one where a lot of the main financial areas used to be back in the 30s and 40s. And so it remains as a place where a lot of artisans. There used to be wine places and cheese places and breads and tailors and things of that nature. It's a bit more modern now, just for modern times. So, and it runs along the BNS Metro line.
There you go.
And the best part about today's event is that registration is at the train station.
Beautiful.
Well, this looks delicious. I don't know what this is, but I'm going to try it.
You're going to try it?
Yeah. Try that.
I'm going to try it. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about what we have going on here.
We're going to have some features in terms of libations. We have the Candy Cane Crush. We have the Closet Effect.
Effect.
We also have the Elf's Nightcap.
Oh, come on.
And then we have the Apple Pie Shot Delight.
Wow.
These are featured at Windsor Tap as well as Godson's. But in addition to that, part of the great part of the story that we have about our community is that we have artisans, local small business owners that have become entrepreneurs through our incubation model.
I was looking at some of the beautiful ornaments that we have here.
Absolutely.
You know, this time of year,
Looks like there should be a battery there, doesn't it, Jake? Yeah.
I mean, you could probably put a light in if you really wanted to.
Chakulas. We also have Jalepe's Pet Boutique here as well, and then we have El Tacucino, which is an artisan with artifacts with purses and things of that nature.
I love it. You know, this time of year, you know, so many people are, you know, they're hopping on the big websites and they're going to the big box stores. I'm not knocking those or anything, but if you got a local shop and you know you can find something that you're going to get something for your mom or your family that you're not going to find anywhere else. I mean, come on,
it's very unique. Yeah. Absolutely. And I would say 95% of what you see here is actually made, handmade. It's not purchased or acquired from a different third party. So it's really exciting. That's what we love about our entrepreneurs, you know, in town.
Yeah.
And Berwyn's landlocked, so we really take care of our business owners, small business owners. And we're excited to have all of you come and join us.
Jake, that looks like that would fit.
Oh, you think so?
Beautifully. I didn't want to put it on you because I would not want to mess the hair.
Oh, dude, my hair hasn't moved since the late 90s.
He does have good hair.
Look at that.
Yeah, best hair in TV.
In addition to all of this.
You know I'm an anchor now.
Well, congratulations.
Also keep in mind that we have our Shop Local campaign has already started right after Thanksgiving. It continues to the end of the month. We have the Historic Fitzgerald's Charlie Brown Brunch, which is a live jazz every Saturday in the month of December. And we have the 96ers Motorcycle Club that's featuring a barbecue on December 28th. It's free to everyone that joins, right? And I think when we're done with the holiday fair,
Jake, here, you know, in case it gets cold later,
you know, I have to anchor the rest of the show, right?
That's why.
As you're handing me a shot on live television.
That's why we make it fun.
Listen, I'd like to still be employed when this show is over, so I'm just going to put that down for this, just for this moment. Wait, what do you got?
This is the Apple Shot Pie Delight.
Of course.
Oh,
it is.
well,
right?
Of course.
Now, here, just have a sip.
All right, I just do a little.
Right, we'll do. This is just one of these.
This is the peer pressure my mom warned me about.
Yeah. Yeah, your mom did warn you about me.
Okay, that is good.
And who knew?
That's very good.
That's very light.
And then also, am I seeing? Is this a brewery out of Berwyn?
It is. Local family.
Look at the size of this.
Look at that.
Local boys done well.
Come on, tell us. Wait, who is this?
This is also. So what they do is they feature 4 new brews every month.
Right.
So it's a great place to go.
All right. Yeah. Wait. What's the problem, Mark Strell?
The can's empty.
Yeah. So this is why I advocate taking the train. Go to Union Station,
that's a great idea.
It's a great idea to do
fantastic.
that. And we'll have 14 different locations that are participating. Registration is at the Depot District, as I mentioned. We're going to use a QR code for registration also. It'll give you an interactive way of connecting with each of the locations. It's random. There's no set place to go. You can go wherever you want to. There's a scavenger hunt.
Oh, come on, I love that.
And you'll be looking for the elf.
Oh, I love it.
Searching for the elf.
Yeah.
So you'll take a photo of this off of your app, and then you get a prize at the end of the day.
And again, what town are you in?
Berwyn.
Berwyn.
Yeah.
I know that never gets old, does it?
It never gets old.
Never gets old.
A website where people can find more information?
Berwyn.net.
Love it. You got everything you need. I mean,
social page.
Look at that.
Front
you guys
page.
are all over the place. I mean, look at this. This is great stuff. I love the
It
books.
really is.
Little Jane Austen.
It really
Love
is.
that. All right, guys. We got to go to break, and these may or may not be empty by the time we come back.
Happy holidays to all.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Goodman.
Welcome back. 8:25.
It's like a liquid candy cane.
Is it?
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
I haven't tried this one yet. We're going to try it. A perfect. I was saying, yeah, this is. You guys do things differently on Saturday than I'm used to on that Monday to Friday shift.
This is how we roll, buddy.
Apparently, man. So for people that might be looking to have an adult beverage later today, gotta tell you, good snowy weather for it.
Today isn't going to be not a bad day.
Okay.
Your snow doesn't get here till midnight. So,
okay.
I mean, you could go out and then just hang out until midnight and then come home, or you could maybe walk home and it would be like one of those Hallmark movies.
Oh,
right?
I love it.
Meet someone out tonight, and then you're going through the city streets.
Santa's son, and he makes cookies at yeah, right. It's always a big city girl, leaves her corporate executive boyfriend to marry a guy in flannel.
Yep.
And he happens to be
rich.
Well, because he's secretly rich because he was making a cookie company in a small town in Vermont. and by the way, surprise, he's Santa's son. I'm telling you, that's
the twist.
Sylvia Perez has taught me about. I'm all about Sylvia Perez loves the Hallmark movies.
Wow, that I didn't know that.
I give her such a hard time.
That's beautiful. Well, temperatures today up to around 30 degrees. So if you're looking for a guy in flannel, well, there you go. 29 degrees tomorrow. Getting snowfall late tonight into the early morning hours. You'll wake up to a little bit of light snowfall tomorrow morning. And then here in Chicago, most of us will see the snow go away. However, I want to show you something right here. Watch as the snow goes away, but now in comes a little tiny plume of lake effect snow. So some neighborhoods could continue to see some additional accumulation. Again, I think 2 to 4 inches for most of us. Other than that, the rest of the week's kind of up and down and wintry all around.
I'm ready for the 80s, dude.
Yeah, me too.
When do we get in the 80s?
I love the 80s.
Drink enough of those, you'll be in the 80s. Thanks for watching Fox 32. We'll be back with the latest news at 9 tonight. Bears Blitz is up next. We'll see you tomorrow.
Eggnog.